Okay, let's try this again. Take two. August 28th, 2025. Feral Women, I believe this is number 49. It might be number 50. So,
Yay!
yay.
Yay!
Getting close. Getting close to number 50 if we're not on it already.
All right.
Okay, so.
Can I touch your book?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a freebie.
that's nice. It's got two different textures on it.
Yes, I'm going to show you the book. Ta-doo.
I was touching the book. It's just textures I like to touch. If it looks textury, I just really have to touch it. I'm like a little kid.
I think they intentionally try to make it that way. It's like, no, they got to touch it.
Yeah, I've got to touch it.
And they got to look at it.
It's got
Premier
texture.
Bank.
Yeah, it's got texture. I got to touch it.
Great advertising campaign right there.
Do we have a Premier Bank in Hudson?
I don't know if it's still Premier Bank, but the one on 127 that keeps changing names like every 6 months.
Oh, it's changed.
Oh, it has?
Yeah.
What is it now? Do you know?
I don't even pay any attention no more. I just go by and I was like, oh, they changed the name again. I mean,
This is like the 5th time they've changed names since we lived here.
I know. If they're gonna change the name every other year, why bother even remembering what the name is?
Yeah. Because I remember years ago it was something, and then I learned, I was like, oh, that was 2 banks ago. I'm like, you know what, I'm not even
Because
I don't even care.
it started out as Thompson Bank, Thompson Savings and Loan, I believe it was.
Mm-hmm.
And then it switched to Bank of Lenawee, and then United Bank and Trust.
And that's the one I remember, United Bank and Trust.
And then it was something else, and then it was something else, and now it's something else.
Yeah,
They must really suck if they have to keep selling out and getting taken over by somebody else.
I know that originally Thompson Bank moved out there because they needed a drive-through.
Uh-huh.
Because they were in downtown, needed it downtown. But they needed a drive-through, so they moved it out of town.
Yep.
So, anyways, what I was wanting to talk about was, okay, I'm gonna do I got 2 things to talk about, but I'm gonna do the boring one first. Our hot water heater, because you yourself were getting your roof fixed,
Yep.
and you got it fixed. Did you? Or still working on it?
Temporarily. It's holding now, so it was patched. I still need a new roof.
Okay.
So at the moment it's weathered in.
So will it hold up during the winter?
I hope so.
But there's no guarantees?
There's never a guarantee on a roof.
Yeah. Yeah, even the warranties they give you with the shingles and stuff, they usually. So
It's limited.
I watched this one video of man. He says, and he does roofs, and he does other things like he does whole home construction pretty much. But he says the piece of paper, it's not worth the piece of paper it's written on because there's so many. It's got to be put on with this type of nail or screw, and he says they use nail guns, which voids the warranty to begin with.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He says, and then, then it's prorated. So if something does go wrong, they take into account how much time has passed, which leaves you practically with nothing. And it doesn't pay for any damage that was done consequentially. It just pays for the shingles themselves.
Right.
So if, the shingle flew off and you got mold because of it, your wood got all moldy, it doesn't cover that. It just covers the shingles that flew off.
Right.
But he says, yeah, it's not worth the paper that's written
It's
on.
not. And if you're at 3/4 of the life of the shingle, then they only reimburse you for 1/4 of what the shingle is.
Yeah, yeah. Which is practically nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, why bother?
Yeah.
So you got it patched up now. Do you have plans in the future to get it done, or you're just like, I'm just
It's
gonna?
gonna need a new roof. I will need to put a new roof on.
Are you working towards that, or is that one of them things that's like I can't even think right now? It's just too much.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it because I need a car too. Because my car is getting it's getting old. It's needing repairs. It's in needing of repairs.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna do a car and a roof.
Yeah.
My homeowner's insurance went up $300 a year. And the insurance company sent me an email and they said that if I want to up my deductible from $1,000 to $2,000, I can reduce my insurance by $175 a year. That sounds all great and wonderful, but clearly they've never been poor.
Yeah.
If something happens and I have to come up with $2,000, it ain't getting done.
Yeah.
So I won't be able to make an insurance claim because I won't have the $2,000 deductible.
Yep.
So clearly, they've never been poor. So yeah, I pay the extra, $175 a year. That would be my savings.
Yeah. Then you're putting yourself at risk for not being able to get anything done.
Yeah, I'll be risking my future because it's Michigan. We get ice, we get snow, we get hail, we get down trees. Something is going to happen. That's why you have insurance.
Yeah.
Because you will need it. And to set myself up for a situation where I won't be able to use it is just dumb.
Yeah.
So with the house insurance going up, that made my house payment go up. So instead of $245, it is now $315. It's almost $100.
Yeah. So you're still paying the house off.
I'm still paying on the house. I have a mortgage. I have a mortgage because I couldn't afford rent. Rent is $1,500 for a shit house, for a shit apartment. And before I bought my house, I applied in a sliding scale apartments where they have regular paid apartments and they have reduced rate apartments based on your income.
Now, are them called co-ops? Are them what co-ops are?
I don't know
Okay. Because they get different words depending on
what location you're in. Yeah. And so still, they were giving me a break and they said they were giving me a reduced rate of $1,500 for a 1-bedroom apartment in an apartment complex that stinked so bad of smoke because people were in their apartment smoking that you walk in the building and you start hacking. I'm like, to pay that much money to smoke, to breathe in all that secondhand smoke, and for me to walk around smelling like a smoker and have all my stuff stink like smoke, that's expensive.
Yeah. Oh, I was going to tell you, there was something I was going to show you. We're getting off track.
It's okay.
I was going to show you something that, okay, it was a room for rent, $900. It was basically the full basement.
Okay.
And it, I don't know if it was all finished. I don't know. I didn't really look at the pictures that well. I didn't think about it. But they have a finished bedroom on there. The what you'd be renting is the bedroom, and you have access. There was the weight room that you have access to. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, the internet. And let me just go to her Facebook page. What else did they have? Oh, not a full not a full kitchen, but they have a microwave, and it sounded like a mini fridge.
Is that what they call a kitchenette?
Maybe that's what they call, maybe. Let me see if I can, I don't know if I can. Sometimes if you post things on your mobile device, it doesn't go to your page. I've noticed that.
Right.
So that might be, was on Craigslist. But the room was furnished. The room was furnished, and
So how much was it?
$900 a month.
Wow. For a room.
But I was thinking, for a room, have you priced rooms?
Mm-mm.
I was paying $450 a month for, or no, I'm sorry, $400 a month for a room 25 years ago.
Wow.
They didn't have internet back then. They made it clear that I did not have, oh! Another thing, laundry facilities on premises.
Well, that's nice.
And, there was somebody in there that said, like, they were like, for a room, I was like, have y'all priced rooms? Because they had pictures, and it looked really nice. I mean, it was a frou-frou bed. Or maybe she took it down, because now I'm not seeing. It was on Mickey's page.
Oh.
Or Mickey posted it. It came across my feed. Well, maybe she took the post down. But anyways, where I was, I didn't have access to laundry room, which means you have to pay the high price of going to the washateria.
Yep.
Didn't have a workout room. My room was very small. The room that I rented. The one that it had a, it had a plasma TV. It had a desk for, your laptop, like a working desk, Like I said, you got their Wi-Fi for free. And to me, I says, that sounds really good. It wasn't Adrian. I was thinking it was probably more geared towards college students. That's what I was thinking. And well, so it would probably be in rooms for, because for some reason I was thinking it was in the Metro Detroit area, so I would never find it, but I probably could just find it. Room shared. Yeah,
So
I
what-
don't know, maybe they took it down.
So what else is going on?
Okay, so we got our hot water heater went out. This was about 11 days ago, 12 days ago,
Okay.
maybe even 2 weeks ago. I called, I for some reason did not think to call our go-to, which was Mr. Reuter. Totally slipped my mind. And we called this place called Mechanical Extremes. And we used Mechanical Extremes for something to do with the furnace? Something to do with the furnace.
That sounds about right.
And the furnace, they fixed it. Something went wrong. The same thing went wrong with it, or something else went, whatever. It was to do with that part, how they fixed it. Next person came out, different person. They said, "Oh, they installed this wrong."
Oh, wow.
So then, when I guess they sent a bill or whatever, my partner called and says, "Well, the person who came to fix it said it was installed wrong. I don't think I should have to pay for it. He said the person got huffy on the phone with him. Who knows how true that is, my partner. My partner walks around with a chip on his shoulder. A typical man walks around with a chip on his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? So somebody might say something and he takes it offensively when the person did not at all mean it.
Right.
That's a male thing. But, so I don't know how true that is. He's the one that talked to her.
They're so sensitive.
They are.
They are so sensitive.
Man, emotional.
Yes, they are.
But, so he didn't end up having to pay for that. I called Mechanical Extremes for the hot water heater. Again, like I said, I don't know why. We never had a problem with Mr. Ritter. Right? Don't know why I didn't. We got their little thingies on their magnets on the refrigerator. I walked by them like, we got 4 of them. 4 of them on there. And I didn't even, why? How did I not see that?
Right.
So I called Mechanical Extremes. Person came out, looked like a kid. Was this the one? I think this was the one. Seems every time service people come out, I always have my dildo laying out in the open somewhere.
Oh, great.
Have I told you the dildo story about like how when the person came to deal with our well?
No.
I pulled out, he wanted to see the bladder pump.
Okay.
And I didn't know what a bladder pump was.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I don't know what a bladder pump is. He says, well, a lot of times they'll have them like under the sink. He says, so wherever you have under a sink, we can check. So we checked in here. I didn't know what I was looking for. So he's following me around, just pointed out, that's a bladder pump. Looked in there, the bathroom. Then we went in that bathroom. That's back when we had a sink in that room back there. And I pull everything out, because there was just so much crap under there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, nope. He was like, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. So he goes out. I was like, I don't know what that was all about. So I go back in there. I was like, let me put all this stuff back. And as I'm putting it back, sure enough, right there, right in front, like, dildo. And ever since, it seems like 50% of the time that I come is like my dildo's laying out somewhere.
Okay.
And
You don't mean to.
No, I don't mean to. I don't. Most of the time, I don't even notice until they're gone. It's like, dang it, it was.
It was right there. Again.
One time, I noticed it was on the drying rack. And
okay, because you washed it and you had to dry it.
Right.
It's supposed to air dry.
Right. So I noticed it and I just threw a towel over it. I don't think they saw it. But anyways. So anyways, it was on the bed. The door was open. I usually close the door because the cat, the cat gets scared when there's new people in here. And she's used to you now because she's just laying on the bed. But I thought, I'm going to leave it open for, in case he's got to go in there and shut off the sockety thing, whatever you call them. They used to call them sockets, breakers. It shows you how old I am. Or no, they weren't sockets. What were they called? The turny-any things? Fuses, yeah.
I still have those in my house.
You have fuses?
Yeah.
How do you find them?
The screw-in fuses. Believe it or not, the Hudson Market House carries them, and you can also order them from Amazon. So they still manufacture them.
Oh, I'm surprised. I thought they would have made them update when they sold you the house.
Nope.
Wow, okay. Well, that's good, because then somebody would have had to pay for that, and that would have ended up falling on you.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't directly pay it, the person in the house would have
put it in the price.
Put it in the price.
Yeah.
So, anyways, this looked like a young kid, and he come in there and I remember the hot. Or was that something else? I think that was somebody else came for something else. But anyways, let me get on with this. I don't remember. Somehow somebody came in here and they saw me. Whatever. So the hot water heater, they came in, they said, he tried the thermo...
Coupler.
Coupler, yeah. That wasn't it. So he says it might be the gas valve. It looks like it's probably the gas valve. So he left. Took a really long time. I'm like, where is he? Did he forget about us? Comes back, and he says, we don't have it. We don't have it in stock. And he said, what took me so long is the truck broke down.
Oh.
So I had to call my boss, had to get the other truck. I don't know, somebody must have had to come and get him and take him to the other truck. And he said, but the gas valve should be, I think they quoted $1,700. Plus with the installation. Or no, it was $1,200 for the gas valve plus the money for the install, which would have been about $1,700.
That's a lot of money.
So said, but you can get a new heater, hot water heater for $2,100 installed.
That still sounds expensive.
Sounds expensive, but
That sounds very expensive.
for $400, if that was our only options, if we had no other options, you'd go with the hot water heater.
Right.
But I was like, right away, I'm like, yeah, this is just an upsell. Oh wait, we gotta have a question. What was the last thing you had in your house or car, whatever, that you had fixed?
Your last repair.
Yeah, your last repair. So, anyways, so my partner says, well, it sounds kind of expensive, but, and I think we were just going to go with the hot water heater because that one was 13, I think you looked it up, it was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I might as well just,
Yeah.
because, I mean, $2,100 for a new install, I mean, prices have gone up on everything,
Right.
especially with tariffs. So, I don't know. I don't know if we were going to get a second quote or not. We didn't get that far because the very next morning, very early, it was like 8:15 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
The same person calls and says, I'm sorry, talked to my boss. They said you're going to have to get a new vent out, regulations. You got to update the code if you're getting a new hot water heater. We got to run a new vent out, and it'll be over $3,000.
Wow.
So I'm thinking right away, scam.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
And
maybe,
Mechanical Extremes, they are extremely expensive. They're more expensive than anybody else out there.
now see, like I said, I think the only other thing we used them for was the furnace. I think that's the only other thing we used them for. Now, for everybody listening, this is Lenawee County, Hillsdale County. These areas are notorious for incompetence.
And high prices.
Everything, it's just just trying to get somebody out here to even do anything is a struggle.
Right. Well, there's so many meth heads out here.
Yeah, there's drug addiction in the rural areas. It's not a fallacy to say it's higher. We got a higher rate in the rural areas of addiction. But anyway, so. But the lobbyists are always going. We've had that happen with a couple other things where lobbyists got to the politicians to pass laws so they can make money for new codes. I mean, just like the car seats. So now they have expiration dates. That was a lobbyist organization.
Yeah. So now, talking about. Well, the reason they say they have expiration dates is because the car seat sits in your car and in the sun and heat and cold, and
lie. That's what they say.
And they're saying that deteriorates the belt material and things like that, so that it is unsafe for the children.
This is all a lie.
And they're saying that the reason why your seat belts in your car don't deteriorate at the same rate, even though they're in your car, is because they go up and wind. They go out of the sunlight because they go up into the windy thing. So that's their reason. I mean, they always have a reason. So,
Oh, well, of course they have a reason. Oh, well,
and they always make it sound logical.
They always. That doesn't sound logical to me at all.
Well, to normal people, okay? You and I are definitely not.
No, I don't think this is reasonable to anybody. It's just they paid politicians, they're lobbyists. They make deals with politicians to pass laws and they say, this is what you're going to say.
But the average person thinks.
I don't know anybody who believes that.
I know a lot of people.
I don't know anybody who believes that.
But okay, so my next question is, okay, for your...
Well, no, that's a good question. Do you believe it? Do you believe the deterioration of car seats over regular seat belt? Do you believe the nonsense that the car seat manufacturers gave for expiration dates on car seats? That's a question for them.
That's a good question. Me, I don't care.
Well, we don't have to care anymore because we're done with our children. If we were having children, we would definitely care because these things are like $200.
Oh, God, I know.
You can't afford to have kids.
Back when I was having kids, they were $35. The expensive ones were $60.
And you just passed them on. Or
Yeah.
you got one from somebody else. But these car seat manufacturers found a way. They're saying, well, they're just passing them on. We can make more money if we make them have to buy a new one. They can't pass them on to their friends, and they have to buy a new one every few years because theirs expired. So when they're on kid number 3, they can't use the same car seat anymore. They got to buy another one.
Right. So, on your... excuse me. On your furnace and on your water heater, you didn't have the insurance through Consumers Energy?
Probably not.
Okay, because I pay, I don't know, it's like $25 a month extra for insurance. It covers my furnace and it covers my water heater. So when I need work on my furnace, I call up the 800 number, they send a repairman, and it's covered.
See, I wouldn't trust something like that.
I've used it, and
You haven't had any
I
problems?
haven't had any problems.
See, I don't trust stuff like that. I mean, unless somebody like you told me you did it and you had. Like if Consumers Energy tried to sell me on that, I'd be like, no. Because I don't trust that you'll live up to your warranty. Now, if I knew somebody else like you who did it and you said, I have not had a problem, I've had them out fix it, they did not give me a hard time, I would say, okay, let's look into it.
And they didn't give me a hard time. The repairs I've needed have always been covered. I'm sure there's exclusions to what's covered, but what I've needed has always been covered. This last late spring, February, early March, my furnace was making a weird noise, and I figured I had better get it looked at before something major goes wrong, because simple fixes are always better. So I had them come out, and good thing I did, because the belt in my furnace was so worn that it was almost ready to break.
So did they cover the repair?
Yeah, they covered the repair,
Okay.
they covered the labor. I got no bill for it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and one of the reasons why I had them come out is because when I first got this insurance plan, yeah, we're almost done. When I first got this insurance plan, it was like $12 a month, and then it gradually
increased.
It gradually
Yeah.
increased, and then it got to be $25. And I thought to myself, I need to use this and see if it actually works, because if it doesn't work, I'm canceling it because it's getting too expensive.
Yeah.
So that's the end.
Bye.